you all for joining us today for the first ever Virtual Leadership Academy graduation. I want to thank all of our bar leaders and committee members that are able to join us today, as well as family and friends of our fellows that were able to join in this morning. It's nice to have all of you, even though we're not in the same room. I hope all of the class fellows have received their graduation plaques. And is there anyone that hasn't that we need to know about? Okay, so when it comes time to announce each of the fellows that are graduating today, we're going to ask that you hold up your plaque because Brandon McMullen, our videographer, photographer, karaoke, DJ, anything we ever need extraordinaire, is going to, well, the whole session is being recorded, but he's also going to be able to create a still shot, so you'll have a graduation photo holding your plaque. And you're each welcome to say a few comments when it's your turn if you'd like. There's no obligation to do so if you want to just say thank you, or if you have some special reflection about the class that you'd like to share. We just ask that you try and keep it to about a minute or so we can keep things moving. It's been an interesting year, to say the least. I was thinking earlier that it has been just about 7 months since we were last scheduled to all be in Orlando, and I recall John and Arnell and I sitting at the hotel having to make the decision that everything was going to be canceled, and we haven't been able to be in the same room together since then. So the power of Zoom, that we were able to finish your class sessions and get to graduation today. So one day, hopefully, maybe next year at annual convention, we'll be able to have a Class 7 reunion along with, some other alumni gala, and where we can actually all celebrate in person, which would be really nice. So I just wanted to say a few things. The accomplishments of the Leadership Academy alumni have been extraordinary. We have alumni that are sitting on the bench, on the Board of Governors, running for political office. I can't wait to see the next great thing that each of you will go on to accomplish. I just want to take a moment for a few thank yous. I have to thank my co-chair, John Howe. John, my brother, I can't imagine taking this journey without you. You have been a great friend, colleague, confidant, and let's not forget karaoke partner. Heart-wrenching rendition of Ebony and Ivory will forever be part of Leadership Academy history. I really appreciate all that you have done, and for taking the ride along with me. It's been amazing, and we have another year ahead of us. Can't believe we're in our third year doing this, third and final year. I also want to take a moment to thank the folks that actually keep all of the many moving parts of the Leadership Academy moving, without whom things would just come to a screeching halt. So Miss Arnell Bryant Willis and Tamika Wright, thank you so much for your endless hours and often thankless tasks that you accomplish for the Leadership Academy. We could not do any of this without you. So please, big round of applause for Arnell and Tamika. Also, Judge Drake, I know she's not on the conference yet, but hopefully will be joining us later, has been an amazing contributor to the Leadership Academy since day one. She's been on the committee, and she's been our curriculum chair for the last several years, and she always makes sure that we have top-notch programming for all of you, and keeps the class sessions moving, and always comes up with great ideas to keep the program interesting. Also to all of our subcommittee chairs and our about 50 members of this great committee that puts together all of this for you, everyone that gives their time voluntarily. The Leadership Academy is a lot of work to put together. And so all of the people that help us out, we are very grateful to. So I'm not going to ramble on much longer. So I'm going to turn things over to my co-chair, John Howe, and I will see you all again later.
Thank you, Anthony. And I just want to echo so much of Anthony's sentiments, not just about this year, but um, I want to thank you for being a dear friend and now family, man. You know, like Anthony is, we've officially adopted Anthony as a part of our family, and um, our little baby who was born on June 24th, and in fact today is his 4-month birthday. We'll know Anthony is Uncle A, and you know, we've been through a lot over these last 3 years. This last year has been challenging, but we've risen to the challenge, and we're all proud of you um, in this class who have risen to the challenge to make the best of just circumstances that none of us could have ever imagined. And Anthony brought up the meeting in March, and this is your graduation, but I want to share with you just some of the challenges, because Anthony's pointed out that we've been appointed for a third term, but it's actually resulted in us being involved in not just your class and the next class, but now in December, we're going to be choosing yet another class. And those of you who are appointed to serve on the Leadership Academy committee will see what we're talking about with the selection process for yet another class. So there's so much that we've had to juggle, but to take it back to March, and we were in Orlando for not just your class session, but we were there also to select the next class. And we were there on a Thursday night, or I got there on a Thursday night. We were there, and we made the decision to cancel everything because the shutdown was just coming into effect. And that cancellation, I remember, was Friday, March 13th, allowed me to go and visit my mother, who had just moved to Leesburg, which is an hour north of Orlando. And had it not been for that cancellation, I would not have gotten to go see her. She was involved in a car accident that the next day, on that Saturday, and that car accident resulted in her passing away. And that's just the kind of year that it's been. Just been a bunch of just coincidence and incidences that created challenges for all of us. And, you know, Anthony mentioned that we just had a little baby. I know that every year we have multiple births. I think the Leadership Academy is responsible for more children than any other committee in the bar's existence, because every year we have so many participants, whether it's in the class, on the committee level, etc., where the cutest little kids are born. And so, you know, we're thankful to you, and we're thankful that we've been able to be a part of this process. It hasn't been the way that the Leadership Academy was designed, because it's designed for a lot of personal contact, and that has not been possible for you guys. And we would love to have your participation and input going forward, and we're here to assist you guys in continuing to develop your relationships and contacts and friendships, because that's really what the Leadership Academy was designed to do. And we're thankful to Gene Pettis and
I'm trying, but it's not.
for their participation, and they will be presenting later. But I'm going to move on, and I'm going to introduce our first speaker. Gary Lesser is a dear friend of mine. I've known Gary, I don't know for how many years, but it's been a long time. And when I was serving as, or preparing to serve as president of the Palm Beach County Bar Association, I'm getting some feedback. Is everyone hearing that?
I'm not sure where it's coming from, but it's someone's mic or something is causing it. I don't think it's yours.
Yeah, could someone mute your phone if you're, or everybody check to see that your phones are muted? Okay, I'm not getting it anymore. But going back, Gary is not just a lawyer, but Gary is a leader in the community. He is an awesome businessman. He joined the Board of Governors back, I want to say, in 2013. Gary, you can correct me if I'm wrong after after I hand it over to you. But he's served the Florida Bar. He's served on an array of committees. He's been a friend of the Leadership Academy. He has committed his support for the Leadership Academy, not excluding his agreement to be here today to present and to speak to you about leadership and his service and his pathway to leadership. And at this time, Gary, go ahead and take the floor.
You need to tell him he's muted.
Your mic.
Gary, there?
Rookie mistake. I'm usually all about unmuting. Thanks, Gene, and everybody. It's actually 2011, 9 years on the Board of Governors and counting. It's been a good run, including 3 years as a legislation chair, hence my virtual Florida Bar background, because I spent a lot of time in that building. And it was very nice, John, catching up with you the other day and talking about some of our challenges that we've both had this year and some of the good things that have happened. And I guess that's life. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you and Anthony and the Leadership Academy for the great work that you're doing for this amazing program. Good morning, everybody. I'm Gary Lesser. It's my honor to be here with you at the Leadership Academy Class 7 virtual graduation. I want to congratulate all of you for your participation and graduation from this amazing program, which is frankly one of the best things I've ever seen come from the Florida Bar in my 22 years of involvement, which feels like a long time. And this is due to the vision and leadership of my friend, President Gene Pettis, who's our keynote speaker, and my friend Renee Thompson, who's helped mold and implement this program since its inception. And a quick note about projects of Florida Bar presidents. I want you to understand that they usually end with the term of the office of the president or shortly thereafter. The Leadership Academy, envisioned by President Pettis, will continue going forward due to its great success with meaningful experiences for the participants and their movement into further leadership after graduation. And I want to share with you that growing up, I was very close with my mother. And she passed away 8 years ago, and my father passed away a couple of months ago. But my mother had this amazing gift, as many mothers do. And she made me feel like I could accomplish anything if I worked hard enough and focused on a goal. As adults, we know this is not always true, but I still believe it's largely true. But a lot of that has to do with opportunities. Now I have 3 daughters And they tell me I'm not as old as my hair. I hope that's correct. It's been 22 years of Florida Bar involvement. I want to share with you that that happened because of the guidance of a friend, a mentor, who was a Florida Bar leader, who encouraged me to apply for a Florida Bar committee 22 years ago. And then many years after that, to run for the Florida Bar Board of Governors. And he and others have encouraged me to seek other leadership opportunities. I've been lucky to get the encouragement and support of friends and bar leaders, and frankly, I feel on occasion like I'm pretty lucky. But those opportunities, those resources are an integral part of this program. After all, as Ralph Nader noted, the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not followers. And as Anthony pointed out, the success of the program is tremendous. I've known many graduates from all classes of Leadership Academy. Some serve on the Florida Bar Board of Governors with me right now. Some are on the bench. Others have gone on to leadership on Florida Bar committees, voluntary bars, and elsewhere. And I'm pretty blessed that I have many Leadership Academy graduates that I call a friend. And one day sooner and not later, we're going to have a Leadership Academy graduate as our Florida Bar president. You know, to be clear, you have your work cut out for you. There's a lot of work to do for the legal profession to make sure that topics like diversity and inclusion and gender bias are not slogans, but active plans with concrete goals that we achieve together. And to make sure that we're reaching our solo and small firm lawyers who comprise almost 60% of our membership. So I want to thank you for the leadership you've displayed to date. I want to thank you in advance for the leadership that I know and that we all know is coming. Congratulations once again, Leadership Academy Class 7 graduates. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Gary. And Anthony, I'd just like to point out that when I went through the Leadership Academy in Class 1, I was of counsel with Gary's firm, and Gary was very supportive of the Leadership Academy and my participation in it. And it has been an enhancing part of my career. And obviously, I've believed in it so much that I wanted to give back to it and served on the committee and have chaired this committee for the last 3 years. So, Gary, thank you for that. And thank you for your involvement in that. And we look forward to your future leadership. Gary is I think I can mention this. Gary is a candidate and is running for president-elect of the Florida Bar. So we thank you for being here, and we thank you for your service to the bar. And I'll see you in person sometime, hopefully in the near future.
God willing. I look forward to it. And thank you for the opportunity to be with you. And I'm going to stick around and just enjoy the rest of the program.
Thanks, Gary. Anthony?
Thank you so much, Gary. We appreciate your being here. We certainly wish you the best with your campaign and look forward to working with you. Thank you for being such a strong supporter of the Academy. We really appreciate that. I see that Jay Kim is on. I just wanted to recognize Jay is our Board of Governors liaison for the Leadership Academy and is a Class 1 alum. I don't know, he and John caused a lot of trouble from what I hear in that class, but welcome, Jay. So our next dynamic duo of speakers, former bar president Gene Pettis and Renee Thompson. I can't even express what I feel about these two individuals. Are such an incredible inspiration to me, and I am so thankful to both of you for introducing the Leadership Academy to me, and it's become such a big part of my life after graduating from Class 2. I knew that I wanted to be involved and I wanted to be on that committee. And I remember I didn't know how she was doing what she was doing. Now I'm pretty sure there's wires and springs inside there somewhere because I don't know how she can accomplish all of the things that she has done. But I remember looking at Renee and watching her and saying, I want to do that someday. And thankfully that happened when Michelle Suskauer appointed John and I as co-chairs. And former bar president Gene Pettis, none of us would be sitting here talking right now if it wasn't for the vision of Gene Pettis, who um, came up with the idea for the Leadership Academy, and he, along with Renee, made it happen. And the legacy that they have created is extraordinary. We are now graduating class 7, and we have already started class 8 has had their first virtual session just recently. They had their DISC assessments, which I'm sure you all remember, with Dr. Mimi Hull, and that was a really great session. So after today, we will be 301 alum strong. So you folks are part of an amazing thing that you have created, and I am so proud and honored to have you with us today. So I'm going to turn it over to Gene Pettis and Renee Thompson, and take it away.
Renee, let me introduce you before you get started. Anthony, I appreciate the kind words. But folks, I'll tell you truly, as you all step out on developing your leadership path, one of the things you'll find that, I think you'll be blessed with great ideas and opportunities. But many of those ideas will not come to fruition if you don't have someone with you that's a partner, that's someone who could put vision to life. And I met Renee during another commission that we worked at Hawkins, which was a couple presidents before me, and she had extraordinary organizational skills, maturity for age, and came up with the idea of the Leadership Academy. There was not any person on earth that I wanted to help bring that to life other than Renee. And Renee, you know how I feel about you. You're a superstar, you're a beautiful person, you're a servant leader. So I present you to class 7.
Thank you so much, Gene. The feeling's mutual. It was a true honor to serve in that capacity during your term. I'm so honored to speak with all of you today. One of my favorite things to do is to get to speak with the Academy, because I absolutely love the energy that our fellows bring to our bar. I think you all have changed the landscape of our bar in that way. Let me first congratulate your co-chairs, John and Anthony, on just an exceptional year. These two gentlemen were in the Academy when we first began this journey. I had the privilege to chair for both of their classes. So I'm just thrilled to see how they've grown this program. I'm thrilled to see the next generation of leaders that they are bringing along with them. And as you embark on your journey as an Academy graduate, I hope you look to gentlemen like this to see what you should be doing. They have really embodied what it takes to be an Academy graduate, because your journey starts today. And one of the things that I hope you've learned in this Academy is that, once you have the skills and once you kind of put it all together, you're able then to share that with others. I have a sign in my office that says, "Don't count your blessings, share them." And I really think that's an important thing to remember. You all are exceptional individuals who have so much to share, not only with the bar, but with the profession in your communities. And I hope you look to gentlemen like John and Anthony as to how they began their journeys and what they're doing now with the skills and lessons that they've learned. Arnell had asked me to share a few things with you today that I've learned along the way in my leadership journey. And so I just wanted to talk to you briefly and just take a few minutes to talk about what you're going to do from this point forward. I have a heavy question for you, which is what you're going to do to leave our bar and our profession in better shape than you found it. And, those are questions that take some time, and it takes contemplation to figure out where you fit in to the bigger picture. But none of you would be sitting here today if you weren't talented, skilled, driven individuals. So I think it's important to ask yourself that question: what are you going to do to make it better? And if you want to make our profession and our bar better, then you have to shape it into what you think it should be. There's a lot of, I'll say, complainers in the world who take time to make sure that everyone knows how unhappy they are with things. But it's very rare that you find the people who are truly trying to shape what they want their vision of their profession or their bar to be. And I want you to be one of those people. When I began in my leadership journey 20 years ago, I can tell you that one of the most important things for me to do was to get involved in my Young Lawyers division. I started with the division at the state level because my local bar didn't have a Young Lawyers section. I'm from Ocala, Marion County. It's a small county. We didn't have the infrastructure that some of the bigger counties have. So I got involved at the state level first, which doesn't usually happen. Normally people start at the local level and then they go to the state level. I did a little backwards. But what I figured out was I could use my role as a leader to help grow my attorney network, but also to help grow my profession and to give something back. So I started a local young leader section in Marion County, and I'm proud to say that it's still operating and up and functional. And I continued my work on the Young Lawyers Board for 8 years, leading it in 2010. And during that time, spent my time making sure that other bar associations were not in the same position that I was in when I started my role. So I formed over 10 young lawyer sections across the state of Florida during my term on the Young Lawyers Division Board of Governors. And I share that with you because for me, it was really important to leave something that I thought was a gap. It was a gap for me when I began my career to not have a Young Lawyers section to join at the local level. And it's something that I think is really important. Find something like that you can be very passionate about, that you can help others with utilizing your leadership skills. And if someone hasn't told you yet, you don't need a title to lead. You all are given this mark of an academy graduate, and you will go out into the bar a step ahead of all those others who want to serve on committees and to lead. But the reality of the situation is that if you want to enhance your bar, if you want to enhance your profession, you don't have to run the organization to do great work in it. So present a project that you want to do to the Board of Governors, to your sections, to your committees, whatever it is that you want to do that you're passionate about. You can do great work without the title that goes with it. You just have to have the passion and the drive to bring those things together on a larger scale. The second thing I would share with you that I think is a really important lesson that I've learned during this journey is that you need to find your bar work, attorney work, life balance. And for overachievers, I can tell you that balance is a really hard word. It's not even a word I like very much because usually balance means if you're, working really hard at one thing, then something else could be suffering. So when you look around and you see the attorneys who are really successful and doing the types of things that you want to do and who are doing them really well, I think you're going to find that the reason they're doing that well is because they're working really hard at it. They sacrifice a lot of free time, a lot of me time to get those things right for their clients. And then they're involved in their communities and their bar associations as well. And I can remember as a young lawyer, frankly, feeling extremely overwhelmed by that, how far I had to go, how much time it was going to take. And I wondered at the time if it was ever going to have a life outside of just being an attorney in my office. But taking those steps progressively, you will learn that you can do that. As a young lawyer, I think it's important to have work-life balance. I share this desire not only as when I was young, but I have that desire now. And I say that to you because without that balance, you risk burning out in the practice of law, and you're going to need a long-term plan to allow you to build those skills as a practitioner, to build your skills as a leader, but at the same time to have that life outside of being an attorney. So I want to share to you that you're not alone. You may want more free time, and you're probably thinking, well, I have all of these skills. How am I going to do that and deal with this pandemic and pay my bills and keep my office running? Well, the reality is we live in technology world today. And so it's a realistic expectation that you can do a lot more remotely than we could even do 5 years ago. So it's about finding the right fit for you and finding the right resources to help you with those things. I just share that with you because there's going to come a time in your leadership journey where you're going to have to put your phone down and spend time with your family, spend time for yourself. It's an important lesson to know, and I just want you to be aware that you're not alone in that. Thirdly, I would say it's important to remember to do what you're going to do, but if you commit to something and you say you're going to do it, to actually do it. And that means that in your organizations, in your office, with your clients, with the court, with your colleagues, it may sound simple enough, but if your word is not reliable, then people are not going to depend on you. And if people don't depend on you, ultimately you won't be asked to do things. And in the worst case scenario, you won't be employable. So just remember that your word really is your bond, and people depend on you to take up the mantle of whatever project you may have on your plate. And if you need help with it, then you need to reach out. So I want to share with you that if you're going to say something, if you're going to do something, then make sure that you're the person who's going to see it through to the finish line. Next, I'd like to say that, taking care of your staff and your committee members that you're going to work with in your leadership capacities is really important. When you started as a young lawyer, I hope you knew that your legal assistants could make or break you when you were a young attorney. I mean, it's something we all learn, how important your staff and the people you work with as a leader, how important they are to everything that you do. Well, if you treat them well, they will look out for you. The positions that you hold are not just one-year positions. You are creating lifelong friends who you're going to get to work with over and over again. So don't get caught up in your role as a leader so much that you forget that this is a team effort, and take care of the people who are taking care of you. It's really important that people who've done it right, the leaders that I see who are most successful, treat their colleagues and those who may be in a subordinate position as their equals. So I share that with you because it's an important distinction for the most successful leaders that I've seen. Next, I would say get organized. And this can be a real challenge for some of you, especially if you don't come by this trait naturally. Highly gifted individuals are by their very nature not very organized in their affairs. But it's a skill set that you need to discipline yourself to learn. Maybe listen to podcasts, take a course, get an iPad, whatever you need to do to help you get your act together from an organization standpoint can really be important, and technology can help you. Organization takes time, it takes practice, it takes attention to detail, but it can really make a difference in your reputation as a leader. Next, I would say one of the most important leadership lessons that I've learned is to say thank you, and to say that in a very personal way. Some people are very, very, very grateful when they receive personalized thank yous. Whether it's a text, whether it's an email, whether it's a personalized note, sit down and take time to say thank you for someone who's done something for you to help you along the way. It's important to let people know that what they've done has mattered to you. It's a really busy world, and people have a lot more priorities than what's going on in yours. So to take that time, I think, can really make a difference in your leadership career so that people are more likely to help you in the future. And then I'd finally say that you're going to need to continue to take time to build your professional skills as a leader. I congratulate you that you've already taken this first step by being in this academy. I encourage you to continue to surround yourself with those kinds of people who help you build your leadership skills. Our bar is filled with thousands of individuals who all share something very unique and have a lot to give. So, you know, remember that mentorship doesn't have to be formal. You don't have to be part of a formal mentorship program to get the help that you need. It can be as informal as a telephone conversation, asking to tag along to an event. And the best part is you can have multiple people in your life for different areas of your life who are very good at different things, who can help you in that way, and find what you're needing help and mentoring in. So find help for someone that's really good at something you want to be good at, and spend time with them and explore ways that you can become better at it. And that can happen with anywhere. It can happen with anyone. You just have to identify how you want to improve yourself and identify the person who's already got it down. Being involved in the academy for me was such a blessing because it really brought together the leadership mentors that I really needed in my life at that time. They were the best of the best. I mean, I got to watch people like President Pettis. You know, he was leading the way, and a visionary that I can't even begin to describe to you had such an impact on my life. And you'll have those same opportunities because you've surrounded yourself with other leaders, and you will continue to grow those important relationships throughout your career. So please know that we're all here for you. You are part of this academy family for the rest of your legal career. I encourage you to stay involved in the academy to help inspire others, to rejuvenate yourself, and to share your talents with our profession. I wish you, and please know the Florida Bar wishes you, absolute great success, not only in your leadership careers, but in your leadership roles within our profession. I encourage you to do great work, and I congratulate you today on your graduation. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce to you our speaker, who's Gene Pettis. He is by far the visionary of this organization. You know, I remember specifically the call that I received when he said, "Renee, I think we should create a leadership academy." And I couldn't sleep for like a week thinking about all the wonderful things it could be. It was the most exciting time of my life and one of the most important things in my professional career. And I'm so blessed I got to share that journey with this man. He is not only a great person, a great lawyer, but he really cares about our profession, and he cares about the people who are a part of it. So it's with the most honor and distinguishment that I can give to any person in my life, I give to him. Gene is a remarkable leader. You can learn so much from him just by watching him. But more importantly, he'll take time to teach you. So take advantage of that. And by all means, Gene, please share with the Academy today some of those beautiful lessons that we all had the wonderful chance to enjoy so many years ago.
Thank you so much, Renee, and thank you for the kind words. Good morning to all. I'm excited. I come to these occasions. Since the Leadership Academy has been designed and operating, I've always spoken at the beginning and I've spoken at the end. In the middle, I've always allowed others to speak because it wasn't Gene Pettis' Academy. It was the Florida Bar's Academy, and I wanted to make sure that everybody had an opportunity. We've done a great job. All the directors, Arnell and Anthony and John and all of those, starting back with Renee during her leadership, have always made sure that you got a taste of the best that we have to offer as a profession. But congratulations to you this morning as I was reflecting on my comments, because I don't come to any speech as just a talk. I always go through a meditation. I always ask, what's the message that I'm supposed to deliver? Because I don't think these occasions should be taken lightly. And one of the things that kept resonating in my heart is going back to really why I created the Leadership Academy. After doing what Gary Lesser is doing, I went up and down the Florida Bar, met with so many people, looked at so many organizations. I felt there was something missing. I felt that there were organizations out there that were not optimizing their potential because they didn't have organizational skills. They did not have personal development. They did not have strategic skills. They didn't know the bar. They had no network. They didn't know the landscape. How could you be successful if you don't have certain skills and certain knowledge? And when I looked at it, and at the same time, we were talking about the diversity of the bar, and we need more diversity, yet there was no training ground to teach all people those essential skills that are necessary. And I started with this idea of the Leadership Academy. Let's teach it. Let's open up the door. And it's amazing when you want to, you're talking about opening things up. There is a hesitation because those that are already at the table are hesitant to put some more place servings at the table because you may eat something off their plate. And people have to realize that God has blessed this earth with enough for all of us. We can expand this table, and with expansion of the table comes more opportunities for us all. So that idea of the Leadership Academy was born out of creating agents of engagement and change. So you all have gone through the curriculum that we hope has instilled an excitement. I mean, I get excited. People say I'm passionate about everything, but I'm just a passionate individual of excitement and engagement. And I hope you feel some of that, because that's the purpose of the curriculum that we've taken you through, to teach you some of the skill sets that I mentioned and others. But as you graduate, and graduation is a day of accomplishment, but it's a taking off to a new chapter in your life. If all you're going to do is hang the plaque up on your wall, why did you waste your year? We all got enough plaques, but you put the time in. Now, to this is a jumping off point with the skills. Hopefully you've been emboldened and skills that you feel more confident. I've had judges, people who are Leadership Academy fellows who have called me, written me, cried on the phone, saying, Gene, if it wasn't for the Leadership Academy, I would have never had the confidence to do what I did. I hope you have that confidence. I want to go through briefly a couple of points that I think, when I think leaders, I think Florida Bar, I think our profession, but I think society-wide. I think all of us are citizens of a bigger society, and lawyers have an oath of professionalism, a creed of professionalism, to do public good. That's the second provision in the creed of professionalism, to do public good. So I've always been intentional in saying, do not limit your service to just the bar. I would love to look back here at this class 7 and see that you all have gone off in directions that reach far into our society, because leaders, servant leaders, are truly, truly needed. So I hope that you have developed and strengthened an unselfish heart. Why do I say that? An unselfish heart. Because folks, this is not about you. Your calling to the academy is bigger than you. The world needs you to look and see what's going on, to get proximate. And I always like the word proximate, because we often try to address problems at a distance. We see all sorts of things going on in communities. I see it's needs done, but I don't want to get close. Well, proximity is important until you get close and touch some problems in our society, and people know that you genuinely care. You will never have a perspective or an opportunity to make the change you want to accomplish. So I hope that you have developed an unselfish heart that's willing to get proximate to whatever your heart's desire. It's very important that you serve others in a manner that your life's testimony at the end of your journey will be that the world is better because you lived. Now think about that, digest that. You should have an impact. All of us should have an impact on the world, and we should make something better. It could be a little tiny thing, because you could take a little tiny thing and make it better, and that thing can go up and blow up to be something significant. But the world should be better because you live. I live by that each and every day, that I try to do something in my life. I could have close the resume and say, I was Florida Bar president. I don't need anything else. Well, folks, I didn't come to the Florida Bar presidency for a resume. I came to serve. And I wake up each and every day in every chapter of my life to find out what my calling is to serve. So at this time of graduation, don't think of what can you do to benefit yourself. Where is this going to take me for myself? But rather, how can you be a helping hand toward a better humanity? I assure you that selfless deeds will multiply to full bounty of blessings in your life. I've lived it, I've experienced it, and I'm bringing it to you to tell it's true. Don't be afraid of putting yourself behind. When Renee was talking, I remembered I guess a little statute that Renee and the Academy gave me that was on my desk. And Renee will remember giving that to me, but it embodies what everybody who knew me said: reach back with your dominant hand and pull others up. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I hope that you have learned, that if you use your best for somebody else, God will bless you with way more than you could ever get on your own. Don't be afraid of having a selfless heart, an unselfish heart. Also know what you do matters. You all have heard, some of you have heard that when I was bar president, I was in Washington, D.C., and I saw those words, a huge banner that said that I pulled out my phone, I put it in there because I love putting thoughts in my phone for future speeches. And one day, about 4 months later, I pulled it out, getting ready to develop a speech. I plugged in the internet. What you do matters, Washington Memorial. Up popped the Holocaust Museum, the United States Holocaust Museum. That was their banner. And it's the story that during all of those dark years in societal's history, if only some people would have spoken up, we could have possibly avoided one of the great atrocities of humanity in the Holocaust. Well, on a much smaller scale, what you do matters. Your voice matters. Never doubt the power of one, because the power of one brings another. And there's exponential growth of power and change. So know what you do matters. Every single one of us was placed on this earth for some divine purpose. There's a purpose for your life on this earth. If you don't know it, meditate on it. I just walked 5 miles down the beach thinking about you guys, thinking about some of the things I wanted to share with you. I take that time in the crazy life that I have to quiet my heart, quiet my mind, to hear my inner voice of what is my call for today? What's my call for this year? Where do I go? Sometimes you have to get to that place and get to a divine place to find that purpose. And the only question is whether during our journey in life, do we find that meaningful purpose? We can all find it, but do we pause long enough and with the intentionality that's necessary to find it? Listen to others, study as Renee indicated, meditate so that you maintain some clarity of thought, pray, observe, whatever your regimen is. You have to get within for there to be some meaningful stuff coming out. And spend that time as you move forward. The future, guys, belong to you all. I have completed year 35. I never thought I would say that. I had my life when I was 25, starting the practice of law. I was doing some financial planning, and they said, how long are you going to work? I said 50 years, because 50 years was old as hell at that time. I said 50 years, I'll work to 50 years of life. And I couldn't think of any occasion where I would still be working. Little did I know 50 was really young, and now I'm 60, and I think that's really young. So I'll be at it a lot longer. But it's time that you all recognize the future belongs to you all. But remember, society is not on autopilot. It runs off the rails if there are not ambassadors of peace and love, of oneness and sacrifice, that's willing to light the path through their deeds that others could follow. We need leaders. We need leaders in this society. And the Leadership Academy is a training ground for those that are willing to step out, not just within the profession of law, but within community organizations that are screaming for analytical minds, screaming for people with passion, screaming for those that can be the light to take those organizations forward. There is so much out there that's needed. I pray that you find that spot that's your track on this earth, and you feel that fulfilledness. You feel that, and it's a fulfilledness when you feel like, hey, I'm in sync. My life is in sync. My voice is in sync. It feels good. And it doesn't, you don't have to be 60 years old to get it, but you have to reflect, meditate, and be intentional to get yourself in the groove. And it'll be amazing how smooth your life will go toward your goals when you're on the right track or set out for your purpose on this life. So know that each of you, the future belongs to you, and it requires you to get engaged. I also leave you with a couple other thoughts, and that's empathy. Empathy is a foundational principle of being a human being. If you walk this street and you walk this earth and you don't see the smallest of us, and if your heart doesn't go out to want to lift that person up off that sidewalk, if you don't see that little kid who's struggling, if you don't see these families, and today, folks, more than ever, there are people hurting in our society, and it ain't gonna get better anytime soon. We're headed towards some really tough times. Sometimes you don't need money to lift a person's spirit. Sometimes you need someone to just look you and give them some message of hope, some message that you see them. I do it all day, every day. And it's the most rewarding things. That's a leader. A leader doesn't have to be, as Renee said, the president of the organization. Leadership skills, lifting people up, getting people to follow in a positive direction. Those are things that we should be doing every day. We all have that platform. Be empathetic towards others. That's the leader. That's a servant leader. Don't be a selfish leader. It ain't about you. We don't need more of that in this world. We got enough of that from top to bottom. We need some people that care, truly feel inside for others. And we talk about a moral compass. We've heard that, a moral compass. Well, that word broken down suggests morality. You need to have some morality. You know it's right. You know it's fair. Be willing to make those the rules of the day. What's right? What's fair? What's equitable? Our society is still grappling with that. We're still dealing with things because people are not willing to make it fair. We are hoarders. We want the opportunities for us and hell with everybody else. That's not morality. It's not moral conscience. Be leaders that are willing to take that moral compass, break it down, and bring some morality into the world through your deeds, through your message, through the work that you do. And the compass part is you don't need a compass if you're going to stand still. Compasses are for direction. Compasses for moving out. Graduation, move forward. Have a moral compass that takes you forward in your life in a direction that's meaningful and purposeful and empathetic toward the life of others. And I leave you folks with my simple prayer for each of you is that from the curriculum that you've had here in the Leadership Academy and everything that you've been taught, the conversations shared, the friendships that have been built that you will go forward with for the rest of your life, and the reflection that you've had, that it has ignited a fire that will burn in your soul for the rest of your life. I hope that you pause and you reflect long enough that you feel a passion inside of you that's different from the passion that you had a year ago when you first started off in June when you first started off in the academy that you have a passion for the betterment of one humanity. We must be leaders that don't get caught up in the politic of today, the red states, the blue states, the Democrats, the Republicans. That is the death of us. We have to be leaders that recognize the best of who we are is when we stand as one. That's the leadership that the Academy is built on. That's who I hope you become. And I'll leave you with, I saw a shirt somewhere. I was on the internet, and it just caught my attention. And it had a very simple message. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. It's that simple, folks. There's a million things that you will be and a million things that you can be. But amongst that, be kind. And if you do that, there's nothing that will make me prouder. Nothing that will make me more thankful that I answered the calling for my purpose in 13 to 14 to start the Leadership Academy. And I think that it will be mutually rewarding to you because you will have lived a purposeful and a fulfilled life. I thank you for your willingness to step up and come into the Academy. I hope that we have fulfilled all your expectations and beyond. I thank the leadership and Anthony and John and Arnell and others who have made it happen. And at this time, it is indeed my pleasure to introduce the person that your class has selected to be your spokesperson, Gant, the one and only, a woman who certainly embodies passion, focus, determination. Ironically, before I was given the assignment of introducing Ashley, I just had lunch with Ashley. I reached out to her. She's the president of the T.J. Reddick Bar Association here in Broward County. I was the president in many moons. I don't even know if she was born when I was the president. But it's been many moons ago. But Ashley is a dynamite young lady, the type of leader. She's growing into the type of leader that I'm speaking to you all about. I'm excited to hear from her. I should note she's also a Gator, which is even a recognized honor. But with that, Ashley, I turn the floor over to you, and congratulations to each of you for graduating today. I love you all. I'm here. If there's anything I can do, everybody knows how to get in contact with me. Call me, text me, and I'll do everything I can to be one of the people that help lift you to greater heights. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pettis. I really appreciate it. And thank you for your pearls of wisdom that you provided me at that lunch. Thank you to all of my class fellows for nominating me for this honor of speaking on behalf of the class today. My journey with the Leadership Academy began in 2017 when the applications for Class 6 were released. I became familiar with Leadership Academy through several friends like Harold Pryor, Tanya Johnson, Janice Haywood, and I promised myself that I would apply. And when that fall came, I was in a pivotal transition in my life. I was embarking upon a divorce, and I had a whole bunch of emotions that I never thought that I would ever be experiencing, but here I was. And at that moment, I knew I had the opportunity to reshape and reframe my life the way I wanted to, and to create a picture that was uniquely mine. Here, I decided not to apply. I told myself no. I knew I wasn't in the place where I would be able to completely appreciate the experience, so I decided to wait. And as I waited, I began to manifest a life that I wanted. I began to picture what I wanted. And a part of that picture was the Leadership Academy. Service has always been a part of my life since high school. Going into college, after college, I taught for 7 years, beginning with Teach for America, going to Mississippi. And I came back here to Miami and continued to teach until I began law school. And in law school, I was still about the service with my BALSA chapter. And now, at this point in my life, I knew that the the Leadership Academy was something that I knew would propel me into greater heights of serving our community. So what I didn't realize then was that I was manifesting a whole lot of things other than the Leadership Academy. And part of that was relationships, building relationships with people who poured into me and people I was able to pour into. So when Class 7 applications went out, I stalked the Leadership Academy website page, and I reached out to those friends that I mentioned earlier. I reached out to some judges who took an investment or took an interest in me to invest their time with providing me with advice on what I needed to do in order to hone in on my leadership skills. So this time I did not tell myself no when the applications came out. I applied, and thankfully, the acceptance a few days before my birthday. And I was really happy because that was some good energy that I needed before my birthday. And what I didn't know at that time was that I would be embarking upon a journey with people who would become a part of my life for the rest of my life. When the entire class was announced, I was elated to find out that not only one, but 3 of my line sisters were also part of Class 7 Leadership Academy: Courtney, Letitia, and Jasmine. I knew I was gonna have a blast no matter what, but I did not fully grasp or appreciate at the time the impact all of my fellows would have on me. And I'm slightly biased because I think Class 7 is the best class, and I think that we are a pretty big deal. And we are a historic class because we are the only fellow to go through Leadership Academy pre-pandemic, so life as we knew it, and during the pandemic, life as we know it now. And we closed out one era and ushered in a new one. So I think that Class 7 is indeed a pretty big deal. Over the past year, we've shared our lives with each other. We've celebrated marriages. We've celebrated our Leadership Academy baby. We've celebrated achieving career goals like becoming partners, starting our own firms, changing jobs, becoming JAG officers. We have 2 JAG officers, Courtney and Janae. Publishing books, becoming state representatives, Michelle conducting the first in-person trial during COVID, Stephen, and so many more occasions that we have let each other into. And we've also had quite a few conversations asking each other, did you get the email? Can somebody forward me the email? We had good times. Each session was a new experience, but it was guaranteed to be filled with a whole lot of laughter. And let me tell y'all, okay, these folks are hilarious. Each session brought on new memories and new lessons for leadership, for service to our community. We were afforded the opportunity to have dynamic speakers at every session that left our minds brimming with new possibilities and ideas. We started off with our DISC assessment, and let me just say, the DISC assessment was spot on. It helped me understand all of my fellows a lot more. So when we had these assignments and we had these group projects and activities, I understood their reference point and where they were coming from and why they wanted to do a thing a certain way. And personally, it helped me understand my line sisters a lot better. So starting off with the DISC assessment really set the tone for the rest of the year and how we understood each other. I will say that I am grateful that every session was planned with intentional goals in mind, and it was evidenced with all the speakers who presented. We started off with a bang in Jacksonville with elected officials sharing with us their journeys. One speaker in particular had a very honest sharing at that session. And although that was the official meeting, all of us collectively in the room looked at each other and shared like, did we just hear that? Did we just hear that? We saw a couple people take, sips of their water, and hopefully Brandon didn't get those looks on video, but I'm pretty sure he probably did because That was an interesting experience, but something that we can all still laugh about that we shared. In Tampa, we talked about professionalism, and again, we shared and exchanged looks of disbelief at some of the things that were told. And then we learned about Robert's Rules of Order. And that typically is like a dry topic, but somehow our class made it fun. And I know I laughed quite a bit during that session. Then we did the marshmallow challenge. And I just want to shout out my group, Annie, Alex, and David. We won the marshmallow challenge with our idea to make a teepee. And in Tallahassee was probably my favorite session. In Tallahassee, we sat in the room that Michelle, our newly elected state representative, would be advocating for us in. And in that session, I finally accepted the fact that I would one day be following in Michelle's footsteps and running for office. This session was my favorite because it challenged us. It challenged us to set ambitious goals, goals that made us nervous, goals that scared us. And it was in that moment, in that session, that I really sat and appreciated the love that I have for Class 7. So, being who I am, I decided to share. And I raised my hand and said, I'll share. And Darren was sitting next to me, or one person over, and he was like, go ahead, stand up, stand up. I'm like, Darren, relax. Let me just sit here. I'm already nervous enough about sharing these goals. And then Miss Arnell came in and she was like, go to the front of the room, Ashley. So I ended up going to the front of the room. And what I shared was, although it scares me and it makes me extremely nervous to think about giving up my anonymity as a private citizen and running for office, I know that it's not about me. I know that my ancestors gave so many things, they sacrificed so many things so that I can be here in this position. And how dare I think about just me? So I wanted to make sure that there's representation, because representation matters. I wanted a little girl one day to look up and say, oh, she's there. If she can do it, I can do it. And sitting in the house, there were no faces on the wall that looked like mine at all. So I knew that I had to be ambitious, that I had to step outside myself and set goals that make me nervous, that scare me, but it's for the betterment of our society as a whole. And while I was sharing these things, I looked out into the audience, my Class 7 fellows. And what I saw was acceptance. I saw love. I saw support. I saw them cheering me on. I mentioned my struggle last year with the imposter syndrome, and a whole bunch of people were like, yep, we understand. And just hearing them say that and verbalize it lets me know that I'm not alone in my different experiences. I'm not alone in this experience of growth and growing. So I really appreciate it and developed a profound love for my Class 7 fellows. And it was on my way home from Tallahassee that I knew that Class 6 was never for me. I was always supposed to be in Class 7 with the people that I am in a part of this class with. So Tallahassee was our last session before our new life began. And now we're in the Zoom era. And even in the Zoom era, our last session was planned with intentionality. And the last session featured 2 speakers and then a panel of 4 powerhouse Black women attorneys. And I don't know about all of y'all, but this pandemic has presented a lot of challenges with just getting up and going and making sure every single day you give your all. And seeing those women talk about their struggles, talk about, how they made it through, and tell us, reassure us that everything would be okay, reinvigorated my soul. It poured into me. But I don't want you to think that Leadership Academy was just all work, because it wasn't. We definitely had moments of play. At our first meeting in Jacksonville, we danced to a live band after dinner where Andy showcased some of his moves on the dance floor. And I found my long lost twin, Amelia. Now, the story behind Amelia and I being twins. So I left my ID at the hotel for whatever reason. And so we were walking around. We ended up at this lounge bar area. And so I didn't have an ID. So Amelia pulled out her ID and said, "Here, use this." And I showed it to the guy at the door. He was like, "Come on." So we laughed so hard because it's like Amelia and I look nothing alike, clearly, but I was able to get in using her ID. So we are bonded for life, twin. In Tampa, I think John appreciated or gained a special appreciation for the depth of my appetite and how big of a foodie I am, because he was like, "Oh, we're going bowling." And I was like, "Okay, cool." He was like, "The food is pretty good there." And I was like, "All right, I am definitely ready to go bowling." Y'all, I went bowling with no socks, okay? I had to buy socks from the bowling alley because I was just there for the food, to be honest. So we were all there enjoying each other's company, enjoying the food. And, you know, we did a little razzle dazzle by sprinkling some bowling in with it. And that was truly a great time. And then in Tallahassee, I had the privilege of sitting and having girl talk with Judge Drake. And she shared some of her pearls of wisdom with me during lunch. And later we had a big family style dinner at a long table. And I got to sit next to Miss Arnell. And Miss Arnell had me cracking up the entire night. And I will never forget all the laughs we shared. So although we unknowingly ushered in a new way of life, and the Tallahassee was our last in-person meeting, it was something that will always stay with me as a time where I fully embraced my commitment to service because of the love I received and the support and the encouragement from all of my Class 7 fellows. So here we are now, graduating later than we originally thought, and in a different way than we ever could have imagined, but we did it, we made it. Through countless texts on GroupMe, countless forwarding of emails, planning our project and it getting, thrown off by Miss Rona, that's my nickname for Corona. We did it, we graduated, we're here, and we are so much better as individuals and together as a group because of Leadership Academy. So to my fellows, thank you all for sharing your space, your energy, your time, your love, your laughs, your sarcasm, your type A personalities, and your life with me. Thank you for making this experience unforgettable for other reasons other than COVID happening and us having to be the first class to usher in the graduation via Zoom. This is indeed another significant step in our path to continuing to making our world a better place. So Amelia, Inemi, Dominique, Letitia, Stephanie, Maisha, David, Matt, Dominique, Lisa, Jasmine, Alex, Frances, Luca, Dawn, Michaelanne, Shazanne, Henry, Michelle, Takesha, Courtney, Annie, Stephen, Michael, Janae, Chris, Vanessa, Danielle, and Darren. I love you all. I'm so fortunate and thankful for being a part of this class with each and every one of you. I'll end this with expressing my deepest, most profound gratitude for Mr. Pettis's vision in creating Leadership Academy for all of us. Ms. Arnell, thank you for just being the rock and holding everything down and being the foundation. To John and Anthony, thank you. Patient with us and our type A personalities and all of our millions of questions on top of questions on top of questions. We really appreciate your patience because truly you are doing the work of God, working with all these attorneys with these strong personalities. To Judge Drake, thank you for your dedication. And Tamika, thank you so much for all of your dedication and your commitment to our leadership class. So with that being said, Thank you, everyone. I love you all. I prepare a little slideshow of pictures over the year to commemorate our time in Leadership Academy. So bear with me. This is not my forte, okay? It was a labor of love, though. So let me see if I can share it. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting it together. No, Miss Arnell, can I share the screen?
Brandon will have to make you the co-host. Brandon?
All right, stand by.
Okay.
All right. Oops.
Congratulations to Class 7 of the William Reese Smith Schroyer Leadership Academy. We did it. To a Black Girl Magic Break Flag, Esquire. Okay. Say my name. But today it ain't the same. Every other word is a yeah, okay. Let it be a chew, a true, I can say me every day. All right. So thank you all for this opportunity to share and for being part of this class. Y'all will never be able to get rid of me, okay? I love y'all.
Is it back to me? Thank you so much, Ashley. I don't have any audio. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Loud and clear.
fantastic. So we were scheduled to take a short break at this point in the agenda. Are we going to do that, Ms. Arnell?
A 10-minute break you're choosing?
Does everyone wish to take a short pause? Or should we just move forward? Keep it moving? Okay. Brandon, were you asking me about playing the other video that you have?
Yeah, I don't want to delay the graduation ceremony, but we have the recap from Tampa and the recap from Tallahassee.
All right. Well, everyone has seen those videos, yes?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, for time's sake, I guess we'll just proceed with the presentation of the fellows. And so John and I split the list of names in half. So John's going to start with the first half of the class. And like I said previously, if you have your plaque, you want to hold it up, that's fine. If you don't have it, just show your amazing face, and you're welcome to say, a few words if you'd like to, okay? So, Mr. Howell.
And helping me present the class is LJ, for Little John. So he's our newest committee member. And Ashley, thank you so much for that beautiful presentation and speech and those energizing words to everyone and to your classmates. And this is definitely one of the most memorable experiences of the Leadership Academy. This is something that's new, and we thank all of you for your enthusiasm and all of your energy. So without further ado, LJ and I, LJ, you wanna help read the names? Okay, all right. So there are a few people who were not able to be present at our graduation today, and the first is Amelia Baird. Amelia expressed that she wouldn't be able to attend today because her husband has military drill and she has to get the children to where they need to be. So Amelia's not here today. And also, when we call out your name, if you have a comment, you feel so moved to make it, please keep it to under a minute, because otherwise our ceremony today will be substantially lengthened. So next we have Imani Bestman.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but he made me. Thank you.
Good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we have Dominique Burkhart.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you for such a rewarding and tremendous experience. It has been great to get to know all of you, and this has truly just been an enriching, wonderful experience. And so just excited to be graduating.
Congratulations, Dominique. And next, we have Letitia Campbell.
Thank you so much to Ms. Arnell, to the chairs, our wonderful speakers today, and especially Ashley for that wonderful presentation and video. I love the recap.
Thank you, Letitia. Stephanie Chassain.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for an amazing year. Thank you to our chairs, Ms. Arnell, and everybody else who made this possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It was fantastic.
Awesome, Stephanie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maisha Champagne.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Go ahead, Anthony.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Stephanie because I heard that she was appointed to the Leadership Academy Committee. So congratulations, Stephanie.
Thank you. I'll be joining all of you next year or two for the coming year.
Awesome, Stephanie. Welcome to the committee.
Thanks.
Maisha Champagne.
Hello, everyone. I was one of the lucky few who did get their plaque. Was able to make it to my office. I just want to say thank you to everyone, to the committee members. This last year has been so fulfilling in so many different ways, and I look forward to just keeping in touch with everyone in our class. I've made some lasting friendships. So thank you, everyone.
Can you hold up the plaque one more time, please?
Sure.
Awesome.
All right, great. Thank you.
Next, we have David William Alexander Chi.
Hey,
Mr. Chi,
everybody.
are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right,
here.
man.
And thanks for getting all the names straight. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Nancy. And, you know, Nancy got an opportunity to come up to Jacksonville and, you know, during one of the first events, and just so happy and thankful. Thanks to everybody. Meeting everyone was great. Earlier, but there were indeed a lot of changes, a lot of new developments in the Leadership Academy. And I, as a U.S. citizen during the Leadership Academy, and I think I told a few people, but I just wanted everyone to, that was something that was very special. So thank you, everybody, and looking forward to keeping in touch.
That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Congratulations to you. I did not know that. Congratulations. That you, if you haven't already done it, that you're going to be voting, and get out there and vote, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for your participation and your input along the way. And congratulations again, 2 times over, not only on your graduation today, but on your naturalization and welcome to citizenship. Thank you, my friend. Next, we have Matthew Frey.
Hey guys, thanks to Arnell, Anthony, and John. It was a great experience. Really thankful for the opportunity. I like seeing people in person when we had the opportunity for that as well. It was great. Looking forward to the reunion and catch up with you guys in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Matthew. Next, Ashley, Ashley Gant, who needs no further introduction.
Thank you again to everyone. And he's so cute. Thank you.
Thank you. Say hi, LJ. Hey, man. Next, we have Dominique Gibbs.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Florida Bar for making this possible. Thank you, Ms. Arnell, John, Anthony, Mr. Pettis, and Renee for your vision in creating the Leadership Academy. And thank you to Class 7 for having me a part of it. I appreciate everything, and I look forward to continuing the relationship with everyone. Thank you.
Next, we have Lisa Harvey.
Hi. Thank you so much. Thank you for my class, for the memories. Thank you for this plaque. It makes me feel extremely special. Thank you, Ms. Arnell, for the laugh. Thank you, John and Anthony and Mr. Pettis and Renee for the ongoing wisdom. You made this occasion feel special in all this mayhem, and that's very difficult nowadays to make things feel special. So thank you again, and hopefully we'll see each other after Miss Rona's gone, right?
Thank you so much, Lisa. Lisa definitely livened up this class. She has a wicked sense of humor, which I can appreciate. So thank you and congratulations, Lisa. Jasmine Henderson is up next. Jasmine, are you there?
Jasmine wasn't able to make it, but I know she's currently handling a big event in Orlando at the Amway Arena.
Okay. Well, congratulations to Jasmine. Alexandra Hirshorn is up next, and she, I know, is not able to attend. Also, we have Frances Lucius, who will not be here today, or she wasn't able to be here today with us. Congratulations to her. And up next, we have Matthew Luca.
John, Anthony, Arnell, Tamika, thank you so much for putting the programs together all year. I really learned a lot. It was a tremendous experience. And Renee and Mr. Pettis, thank you so much for your words this morning. You should feel good that what your vision and what you set off to do years ago has come to light, and everybody here is in so much better position than they were when they started. This is one of the most rewarding things I've done as a lawyer. So I really appreciate everything that you've done for us, and I appreciate the opportunity to participate in the program. Thank you all.
Thank you, Matt. And I'm going to step back because I just saw something pop up that said Frances Lucius is here. So Frances?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
All
everyone.
right, good.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I am so grateful for this experience. So many life milestones happened this year with having the baby, getting married, getting a new position with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami. So I'm so grateful for the Leadership Academy for giving me the push and the courage that I needed to get to some next steps. And I'm grateful to have met everyone and just excited for the future. Thank you.
That is so awesome. And congratulations to you on those accomplishments. How old is your little one?
5 months.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm right there with you. All right, so that concludes my name's on the list. So I'll turn it over to Anthony.
All right. Thank you, John. And little John, I do not have a cute little baby to steal the show, so I'm going to have to just do this solo. All right, next person on the list is, I'm still seeing you, John. You're hogging the screen. The next name on the list is Diana Dawn Maselli.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much to all of our speakers today, Ms. Arnell and the chairs of the Leadership Academy. I also want to thank my family and my firm, Associates and Bruce L. Shiner, from the bottom of my heart for their continued support. It has been an amazing opportunity to meet all of you and to participate in Class 7. We've created a bond that can't be broken. We're graduating today by Zoom, but I'm sure that we'll be getting together soon for a Class 7 reunion. Congratulations to all of you. Woo, go Class 7!
Congratulations, Diana. Next is Michael-Ann McIntosh.
Hey, everyone. I miss you guys very dearly. I miss planning my hair color in advance of the meeting, so I would have a different hair color every meeting. Former President Eugene Pettis said something during his presentation. He said, if it wasn't for the Leadership Academy, I wouldn't have had the courage to do what I did. And that's definitely true for me during this experience. Back in March, right before our last meeting, I actually quit my job and I decided to start my own firm. So that's something that I'm still in the process of, but I was definitely emboldened and encouraged by the Leadership Academy. I hope to see you guys very soon.
Congratulations, Michael-Ann. That's an awesome accomplishment. Very proud of you. Next is Shazan Mumtaz.
Hello, everybody. I wanted to thank the Florida Bar, the Leadership Academy, and my flag's not showing up, but that's cool. I look back at the memories that we have, and I cherish them, and I can't wait to continue making memories with each and every one of you, and I'm really looking forward to continuing doing so.
Thanks, Shazan. Congratulations. Next is Henry Ortiz.
Well, hello, and here's the plaque. Thank you so much, everyone. Attorney Gene Pettis, thank you so much for the idea, for having that initiative. When you talk about the having that energy to do something different, but lacking the understanding of what is out there, the connections, the network, the tools that are going to be necessary to reach higher goals. Definitely these different meetings that we were able to have before the pandemic were extremely valuable. The networks that we built and the opportunities and the knowledge that we now have are going to allow us to reach higher goals and implement some of the different ideas that we have to make the not only the Florida Bar better, but also our communities better. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Henry, and congratulations. Our next fellow, I'm not sure if she's here. I was told she would be in and out due to other commitments, but Michelle Rayner Goolsby. Are you here, Michelle? Accepting on behalf of Michelle will be the Academy. All right, Takesha Richardson.
Thanks, guys, for everything.
Amen. Congratulations, Takesha. Courtney Richardson Jones.
Thank you for everything. It was an honor being a fellow, and I can't wait to reunite with everyone next year after COVID.
Me too. Congratulations. Anna Rodriguez Newburn.
Thank you, Anthony. Sorry for that long last name. And thank you to everyone. Congratulations, all of the congratulations. John mentioned earlier that there were a lot of coincidences. I don't believe in those. I think we're all here for a purpose, and that we can now call ourselves the transition class, like Ashley was saying. And I'm so pumped that we all did this together with all the enthusiasm, the passion, those servant hearts, taking down all of the notes and going into things and the next go around, whatever life brings our way with each other. So cheers. See you all in real life at one point.
Thank you so much, Anna. It's so nice to see that your excitement and enthusiasm continues to thrive, even in Zoom land. You're always spunky, and I love it. And I look forward to hanging out with you one of these days again. All right, next, with a shorter name, Stephen Smith.
Good afternoon to everyone. Thank you, Anthony and John and Miss Arnell and Mr. Pettis and Renee for your support in this. I also wanted to point out on behalf of Class 7, a big thank you to all the family members and significant others of all of us, because we wouldn't be able to do this and have been away for all of these weekends without your support, whether you're watching the kids or just at home and just supporting us. So that's why I have my my beloved Brittany with me as well. So thank you for your support in all of this. And thank you to all the fellows as well. I've learned a lot from you, and I'm here in the future. If there's ever anything that I can do for you, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Thank you so much, Stephen, and congratulations. And thank you for pointing that out, because it is true that a lot of what we do, we can't do without the support of our families. And that's a great sentiment. Thank you. Michael Stansky.
Hey, everyone. Congratulations to my fellows. Thank you for everybody at the bar that makes this happen through volunteer efforts. I appreciate it and look forward to seeing everybody after COVID.
Thanks, Michael. Congratulations. Next, we have Janae Thomas. Is Janae here? No? Well, congratulations, Janae, wherever you are. And next is Christopher Warburton.
I'm very grateful for being selected because I am outclassed in every way by each and every one of you. And I'm really not sure how I snuck into this amazing group of people. Peace and love.
Thank you, Christopher. And don't ever count yourself short. Trust me, this is an elite group of people that get into the Academy, and there's no sneaking in. You were chosen to be here, and you deserve to be here. So congratulations. Well done. Vanessa Wheeler Sanchez.
Thank you so much, former President Pettis, Miss Arnell, John, Anthony, Renee, Judge Drake, and every other person involved in the creation and development of this amazing program. Thank you for investing in us. Thank you for modeling true servant leadership. Thank you for the sacrifices that you have made to help train us, to help grow us, and to help teach us what it really means to be a servant leader. And I also want to thank my amazing classmates for this wonderful experience. It has been an honor. I'm humbled. I know you all will go on to do amazing things. And congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vanessa. Congratulations. Next is Danielle Williams.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you to everyone for everything that you all have done for us and echo everything that my other fellows have said.
Thank you, Danielle. And last but certainly not least, Darren Ziegler. You out there, Darren? I thought I saw you out there. All right. Well, congratulations, Darren. Congratulations, all of class.
Hey, I was on mute. Hey, I was on mute, man. Don't cut me
There you
off,
are.
man. Give me my sign. Give me my
I thought I
sign.
saw you, man. I didn't know where you went.
I'll put it on mute. But all
You took the break that no one else wanted.
Nah, I apologize. I just want to say thank y'all for all the love, the encouragement. Thank y'all for everybody involved. I just want to say thank you for making us all feel important in a sense that I feel like this particular class is going to spread diversity not only in their lives but in their profession, as Mr. Eugene said earlier. And I want to say thank you also from the bottom of my heart because it felt very special that I was able to participate in this, and I look forward to giving back in the future.
Thank you, Darren. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of Class 7. Give yourselves a big round of applause. And you guys truly are a unique class, certainly. And every class has their own mantra as to why they're the best class. John and Jay will tell you, of course, Class 1 was always the best. I always said Class 2 was the best, but every class really is the best in its own way, and each class has gone on to do amazing things, and I can't wait to see what's coming up next for all of you folks in this new normal that we're living in. I'm wishing everyone the best, and I want everyone to stay safe, all of you friends and family as well. We were supposed to have closing remarks from Judge Drake. I don't know if she's been able to join us yet. Has she, Arnell?
No.
Okay. Well, Judge Drake, as you know, I said before, she's been a big part of the committee. I'm sure many of you have had an opportunity to have one-on-one time with her, and I'm sure that she expresses how proud she is of all of you and would love to be here. My understanding is she had a grandchild in a play or something today that she couldn't obviously miss that. Jay Kim, you're still here. I hate to put you on the spot, but you are a member of the Board of Governors, a member of the inaugural class, and so maybe you would like to give the class some closing remarks and words of wisdom before we end the day.
Oh, gee, no pressure since I didn't get any notice of this whatsoever. Thanks so much, Anthony.
You're always good on the spot, Jay.
I apologize for what I'm about to say. Congratulations to everyone. Anthony's absolutely right. Class 1 is number 1, but we all have different opinions. Like I said, I do apologize for what I'm about to say. Yeah, but I could just tell you this. I could tell you that you all are at the forefront of bar leadership and bar involvement, community involvement, whatever level it's in, at the local voluntary levels, at the Florida Bar, in local community organizations, legal aid, whatever it is, the skills that you've developed through this program, the network that you've developed and nurture and will continue to nurture throughout your careers will serve you no matter what you decide to do. So take advantage of everything. Obviously, you came here with the credentials and the potential, and this program only helps you to develop and fully realize those potentials. So go out there and lead and, you know, build great things and make changes, identify problems and solve them.
As lawyers, we have a responsibility and a commitment to show individuals that we do live by a rule of law, and that lawyers have a lot to contribute. So I just thank you for letting me be a part of this experience with you. And congratulations to each of you. That's all I have right now.
Okay, I would like to share with you guys one last thing. Last year, the Rona, as you all have been referring to it, impeded everyone being placed on a committee. So I've reached out to the incoming president-elect, Mr. Tanner, and he has agreed to make every effort to place Class 7 and Class 8 on committees for this upcoming year. So the appointments, you should fill out a form, a preference form, and submit it. Submit it also to Tamika. Send her a copy of what you want. We'll send him a combined list so that he will know who's on the academy or who went through the academy, and try and get everyone appointed to a committee because he's aware of it. So if you served on a committee, you're pleased with that committee, just resubmit that. If it's something else you want to do, resubmit that, the next committee or committees that you're interested in being a part of. But we do want you to have the experience of getting on a committee, and then once you're on a committee, you'll make your way to always be on committees and move about and get on some of the most difficult ones to be on as you grow through the process. Okay, share that with the rest of the group, and I'll miss you guys. I'm sorry we didn't have our normal graduation, but this was great. I think Mr. Pettis and Renee, as I knew they would be, very encouraging and have great words of wisdom. So with that, enjoy the rest of your day. If you need me, you know how to find me. Give me a call. Some of you still have my cell number. I do answer it, or email me or whatever. If I can ever help you in any way, please just reach out to me and let me know. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you for everything, Ms. Arnell.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Love you guys.